Welcome into the Extra Point, presented by Corner Pub in Brentwood on 710 Old Hickory Boulevard. For Nashville's best meat and three craft beers and more, the neighborhood meets at the corner. And Zach, Monday night, a big domino fell in the world of college basketball coaching. Will Wade leaves VCU. I think he's going to a sleeping giant in LSU.
Yeah, you know what? LSU is a good job because they spend a lot of money. The program has a rabid fan base. But can he win? Can he get the athletes and can he coach them up? Because Johnny Jones sure as hell could.
Right, but I think Will Wade is a good fit for LSU because I know for a fact that he was in play with the Vanderbilt job before Bryce Drew got it last year, and one of the holdups was JUCO players. Vandy didn't necessarily want JUCO players. Will Wade is all about JUCO players. That's what he made his wins off of at UTC and at VCU, and LSU's not worried about any academic standards down there with its athletes. So I think Will Wade would be a great fit to get a bunch of good players in really quickly.
So JUCO players, does that work?
It does work early. I mean, if you're trying to...
It doesn't work for Auburn.
It doesn't work for Auburn. It hasn't. You're right, but it does work for some. Like, if Will Wade can come into LSU, and there is some talent there, they were just so poorly coached. If Will Wade could help flip the roster quickly and get some good players in there, start winning some games, and now we can get real college basketball players to come in there for the long haul.
I just don't think that that's how you build a big-time program in college basketball. You have to get premier talent. You can't go for these scrubs that are stupid and can't get into the school in the first place. You can't put your business model into that. And maybe he adjusts at LSU.
Well, I'm not saying
but the reason why UK is so good is they get premier talent out of the gate.
Right, I'm not saying you build your program on JUCO players.
But that's how he's built his program.
That's how he's supplemented his program. Look, he's only been a head coach for 4 years. 2 years at Chattanooga and now 2 years at VCU. Now, he's done very well in going to the NCAA tournament and fighting for conference titles. But he's not going to build his program on JUCO players. That's how you quickly change things when you take over. You get a guy who you like, you have a relationship with, you know he's not going to be a freshman, wide-eyed, bushy-tailed in college basketball that can come in and drop 15 to 20 points for you if you need it. He's not going to build on JUCO, but he can supplement early on with JUCO players.
Couple of new hires in the SEC. Will Wade, obviously we talked about. Konzo Martin coming back home to the SEC. Besides Coach Cal at Kentucky, who's your second best coach in the SEC right now?
I mean, you got to say Frank Martin, right? For what South Carolina's just done by beating Duke to go to the Sweet 16. He's got the SEC Player of the Year. He scares the hell out of everybody, but he has those guys playing crazy, and they're playing hard. So I think you got to go Frank Martin. Bruce Pearl's dropped off some. Bryce Drew did a good job at Vandy. Mike White did a great job at Florida. Now he's in the Sweet 16. So I would say it's Mike White, Frank Martin.
I would go 1A, 1B right there. I agree with that. Watch out for Bryce Drew because I believe that is going to be your guy.
And that's today's Extra Point presented by Corner Pub in Brentwood on A to Z Sports Nashville.com.